guys, let's get right into it. So we're back. You've been asking me to review this show for a very long time, and I finally decided to check it out. And it pissed me off. You guys knew. That's why you wanted me to do it. You knew that man would piss me off. Paige deserves better. Let's talk about it. So why was the host of Married at First Sight Unfiltered? Why was she dressed like a mother of the bride? A mother of an evangelical bride. What was up with her outfits? Is that like the theme for her to dress like she's in the wedding party? Did Love is Blind rip off this show, or is this show before Love is Blind? I think it is, because it's on 12 seasons, right? Yeah, so this show is before Love is Blind. But is Love is Blind a part of this like production company? Because it's basically the same format and filmed in Atlanta. Let me know in the comment section below. So let's start off with Virginia and Eric. Virginia and Eric are a really odd couple, right? But sometimes odd couples work, like Barnett and what's her name? Barnett and Amber from Love is Blind. Remember, we all did not think they were going to work, but they actually really worked out, and they're still together today. I don't know how that happened, but you know what? Odd couples work out sometimes. This show had to have been produced by the same producers that produced Love is Blind. It just had to, because with Brianna and Vincent, guess who I see? Lauren and Cameron. This couple fits so well together, like they've been dating forever. Like they give me college sweethearts. For them to have just met last episode, I'm shocked. They click together so well, and I really like them together. I have high hopes for them. I think out of all the couples we have seen this episode, I think that this couple is actually going to make it to the end and beyond. I think we're going to be able to see them on Married at First Sight, Couples Cam, that new show that they're doing. I think next season, we'll see them on that show. Just feel it. I really love them, guys. They fit together so well. They're like in love, and they just met 24 hours ago. So Rihanna sits down and she has breakfast or lunch, whatever this is, with Vincent's sisters. I think his sister and his aunt. I'm not sure. The women in his family. The women in the family are always the hardest people to meet. But looking at Brianna, and just from what I have seen from her so far, I knew she would win them over. But I will say this. They were giving her a really hard time until she said that she was an engineer. After homegirl said that she was an engineer, they were just like, oh, really? Wow. I was just like, oh, so money changes everything. Money and prestige, right? Because when Brianna was talking before, they were just like, he's particular. Yeah, he likes his things a certain way. Do you think that you could be a good wife to him? All of this stuff that they had for her, all of this spice that they were giving her, until she mentioned that she was an engineer. And then they sat back and they were just like, oh, wow, we love you guys together. Really? Y'all love them together, or do y'all love Brianna's check? See, money talks. At least in America, we are capitalist whores. Then Vincent meets with Brianna's family, and of course he, won them over. It was cute though that he was a little bit nervous. I love this couple. This is my Lauren and Cameron. It really, really is. And one thing about Brianna's family, they are, especially the women. I don't know if the men had hair. She could come from a family that have all the women have great hair and all the men are bald, but they have a great head to be bald in. I can see that being Brianna's bloodline. I don't know why, but I can see it. But all the women in her family have really beautiful hair. Like her friend had the beautiful locks. I think her sister had like this huge curly fro, and her mom had like these honey gold locks. And then we have Brianna's beautiful curly hair, like really great hair quality. I feel like I'm the only one who noticed that. Just thinking about it, I'm like, out of this whole scene, the only thing I noticed was the gorgeous hair of the family. Is she Haitian? She's Haitian. And Vincent is Dominican. Are we healing? Are we healing? Oh, this would be so beautiful. Let me know in the comment section below. I could do research, but y'all know me. That would be such a dope thing to see. A Haitian woman being loved on by this Dominican man. Because with all of the talk, especially, I live on Twitter. So the Twitter conversation about the diaspora, especially within Haiti and the Dominican Republic, that would be, you know what, I'm jumping to conclusions. I don't even know if that's a thing. And I have already made this forbidden love story in my head. Let me find out first before I go down that road. But if it is true, oh, how beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, not Vincent's grandmother having a heart attack. That's not beautiful. What is beautiful is how Brianna handled this situation with her husband. Guys, they give me high school, college sweethearts. That's what I get from them. They fit so well. I will say, I feel like the matchmakers on this show, or, all the people who put the couples together, the pastors, the psychologists, the, love connecting people, I feel like they did a superb job with Brianna and Vincent. Everybody else, they need to go back to the drawing board. But Brianna and Vincent, I think like they knocked it out of the ballpark, because Vincent gets a call that his grandmother has had a heart attack and is in a hospital. His family is telling him it's not that serious yet, so he doesn't really have to go back. Brianna is just like, if we have to go, we have to go. I am here with you. I am ready to go whenever you are. I will be here beside you. She just met him. What the hell is this? And then she sits on him and she pulls him into her bosom. And she's just like, I am here for you. I was just like, oh my God. This is so perfect. See, I'm new to this show, right? Is this normal? Do you always get couples like this every season? Because I am flabbergasted by how perfectly they fit together. Let's talk about Haley and Jacob, the most boring couple on this show. Not you, Haley. I'm so sorry that they put you with Jacob. I don't know why. Haley is in a marriage that would not last. I don't see this couple lasting. I do not see this couple lasting at all. And I'm telling you, if this couple does last, right? If I'm wrong, I don't think this couple is making it to the end, right? But if I happen to be wrong, which I don't think I will be, I will eat. What will I eat? What can I get access to? What is something I would never eat? I wouldn't. No, I'm not even mentioning that. You know what? I'm going to let you guys decide. I'm going to make a poll. I'm going to make a poll and you guys tell me what I should eat on this show. If I'm wrong about Haley and Jacob, which I don't think I will be, they are not making it. Jacob is boring. He does not excite Haley in any kind of way. And the fact that this man is still in his 30s, I was shocked. I was shocked. Jacob gave me 45-year-old dad of 7 kids. That's what I got from him. I did not get that he was still in his 30s. Dude, how are you this dry? You don't get this dry until you get older. Like, I just, not that 45 is old. I'm gonna be real. But I just, no shade, but you don't see a lot of like cool white men at 45, right? That's, that's mainly like men of color, specifically black men. You know what I mean? Like no shade, right? There are some like fine 40, not like they're on, oh God, I'm digging myself into a hole, but not like there aren't fine, white men in their 40s, right? Like at 45, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is y'all going to being a dad real early. Y'all start, slowing it down, wearing the high dad jeans with the belt and the polo shirts. You know what I mean? Let me back out of there. But Jacob just does not give me 37. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh God. Find white men in your 40s. I'm not talking about you, okay? Hit me up on Instagram. The border is open. Let me stop. Anyway, Haley is just bored by Jacob. She just really, really is. And who does he bore even more? Her family. When he goes to meet with her family, they are so uncomfortable at this breakfast or brunch or whatever with this man. They're so uncomfortable. All he did was talk about like working out and, his outdoor sports. Ain't said nothing about Haley. Asked like 3 questions about her. It could be editing. He probably could have asked more questions about her, but we only got like a couple, and the rest were about like he turned every question into fitness and what he does. I think that is his identity. I think Jacob's identity is like fitness nut. I don't think that he can identify with anything else, and maybe he was searching for an identity and he just found the fitness world and just engulfed himself in it. Jacob has more chemistry with a protein shake than he does with Haley. I don't know how these matchmakers did this one. This one right here was a dud. I feel so bad for Haley because I feel like she's staying in this for the show and maybe trying to see where this is going to go. But you can tell right off the bat, this ain't a match for her. And can I just say, when he's packing for Vegas, how does he have such a loud style and such a quiet personality? It's Jacob, maybe he'll come out of his shell later in the season. I don't know, but he's so can't yet call him. I feel like I might be calling him too early, but I'm not sure. The style threw me off. I'll be honest with you. I thought that his style was going to be like cargo shorts, a pager, and a golfing hat. You know, like that's what I thought his style, a golfing visor, even better. That's what I thought his style was. But then I saw these like neon pink and yellow board shorts. That American flag fanny pack with a speaker though, that's Jacob. That's Jacob. Clara and Ryan. Now this couple can go either way. I think it's going to go the way of it ain't gonna happen because they're just, to be quite honest with you, in my opinion, unequally yoked. Like Clara is this fun, you know, ex-Christian girl who like grew up very religious but was traumatized by that. So she's just like running from the church. And Ryan and his family is very involved in the church and that's very important to him. I'm telling you from my upbringing, couples like this don't work. Couples like this do not work. So I don't know. Again, I don't know what these matchmakers and pastors and psychologists, I don't know what they saw in either of them to make them think that this couple was it. I do think, however, that they're both attracted to each other. I think Clara is more attracted to Ryan than Ryan is to Clara, but I think he's a good guy and I do think that he wants a wife. I think Clara really wants a fun experience. And if she gets a husband out of this, I think she's cool with that. I think she's cool either way, but I feel like Ryan is a bit more serious in general, but I think he's a bit more serious about this marriage than Clara is. Ryan, what the hell is up with this perm, press out, sleek down a mohawk? Your hair isn't even faded. It's just like bald and then this slick down mohawk to the back. Baby, I synced your brother. Baby, I synced your mother. Why is this the hairstyle that you choose for? Let's be real, that big head, he's cute, but I'm like, you are just making your hair even bigger. But he's adorable. He's really, really handsome. And I'm like, why don't you just let those gorgeous curls rock out? Because I feel like he has his brother's texture. Since we're here, let's talk about the brother. Is he looking for a wife? Hey, Ryan's brother. Hey, he's hot. He's really, really hot. I was like, can we get some more scenes of him? We didn't even hear his voice. Why don't we hear his voice? Like, we needed to hear his voice to, you know, get his input, you know, on a family. He was hot. You know what? Y'all can find anything, okay? Find Ryan's brother's Instagram. Put it in the comment section. Or you know what? Just hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram is NikkiNicoleStar. Follow me and send me Ryan's brother's information. Thanks. Now let's get back to Ryan. Who knew that he was so caked up? Did y'all know that he was this caked up? Baby, when he went to go blow out them candles, I was just like, ooh, why are you double cheeked up, Ryan? When he pulled the candles out, like, how can you not notice it? How can you not notice that bad? I hope he never watches this. I want everybody else to watch this, not Ryan. Not Ryan. Maybe his brother. Oh, Nikki, what the hell? I gotta get out of this house. I gotta get out of this house. This ain't me. Or maybe it is. Call me. Stop. Ciao. So anyway, it's the next day. Ryan is like sleeping straight. Clara's all over the place. As soon as she wakes up, she's excited to see him. The first thing he says to her is, well, you do sleep a little wild. Like, I feel like Clara is going to get on Ryan's nerves very quickly. And I think that's going to be the issue because Ryan is very like straight, like very, and Clara is like this wild child all over the place. I don't see these two working out. I don't see any couple working out except for Brianna and Vincent, to be quite honest with you. There may be one shocker. The shocker could be Clara and Ryan. It damn sure ain't gonna be Haley and Jacob. So Clara and Ryan each go to meet the other partner's family. Clara goes to meet Ryan's family. Ryan's family is very different from Ryan. What is going on? Like, Ryan's family and Ryan, they look alike. That's all they have in common to me. Like, they're all so, well, no, they're all alike. And then there's Ryan. I'm like, how did you and this brother grow up in the same household? How did that happen? Like, they're completely, the whole family is completely different from Ryan. He looked just like his mama, but I would have never thought that that is Ryan's mom. You picking up what I'm putting down? Very different. Was he like in ROTC? Is he like an army guy? He gives me Navy SEAL. Is Ryan like in the service? Let us know in the comment section below. But Ryan's family is giving pause to Clara because she's, out in the open about not being as, religious as she used to be, and not being religious at all, if we're going to really tell it. And the mother and the father, the brother ain't say nothing, little heathen. The mother and the father are just like, oh no, especially the mom. She's just like, oh, my son is going to marry a woman of God. That's what I prayed for. I prayed for his wife. And Clara is looking like, oh, God, you didn't pray for me, because I will not be like raising my kids in a Christian household or, going to church every Sunday and reading scriptures and doing all this praying. Like, that is not what Clara is doing. And his family has to respect that. She went through a really traumatizing experience with her parents. She hasn't said it all, but she has said enough to say that she does not want to raise her kids the same way that she was raised. So something went down and she has a reason to feel that way. Clara's family, who is really religious, loves Ryan. They want him to make this work with their daughter. But poor Clara, this is just not the best situation for her. I feel like she's going to be crying a lot this season. I think she's going to be crying a lot this season because who she is not going to fit with Ryan or Ryan's family or with her family and what they all want for her. I feel like everybody on this show wants something different for Clara than Clara wants for herself. Free Clara. Free Clara. Speaking of people that need to be free, let's free Paige. I'm going to be extremely honest with you. I don't like Chris. I don't like Chris for Paige or any woman. Dead or alive, I just don't. He's not a good guy. He's not even a man. He is still pretty much a child that's not done being raised. He is in no way ready to be anybody's husband, let alone father, which he might be at the end of this season. Let me tell you something. I am really pissed that the matchmakers, the pastors, who are y'all praying to? Who are y'all praying to? Who are y'all getting insight from? It couldn't have been God. It had to be the devil to do this to Paige. There is no way that any of you all got together and sat down, saw Paige, went through her profile, saw Chris, went through his profile and said, these two are going to be the ones to work. There's no way you guys did that. There's no way you guys saw that. Absolutely impossible. This right here is for TV. This is for entertainment. And it pisses me off that y'all did this to this Black woman. Y'all tried to clean it up with Brianna and Vincent, but then y'all gonna do this to Paige. Y'all gonna give her this awful man who torments this woman. It's been 24 hours and she's already crying, feeling ugly and depressed. This is gross and she deserves better. Before I watched this episode, I watched the Unfiltered show that they have right before the episode, or right after, I think. My DVR just probably switched the times of it. Anyway, I watched it and that girl was so depressed on that show. You could tell that she had been broken this season. This is so unfair. This is so unfair for you to do that to this woman, and the optics of it. The optics of this Black woman, this dark-skinned Black woman being tormented by this Black man who constantly tells her that he is not attracted to her while still having sex with her. This is gross. This is so gross, and Paige deserves better. She deserves so much better, and I'm so heartbroken for her. Let's get into this terrible man. Paige, sweetie, listen up. Hold your head up high because, sweetie, you could do better on your worst day. This devil in a blue suit is not the Lord. Please stop bringing God into this. Listen, I love the Lord, right? But a lot of times church is dangerous, especially for millennial women. She keeps on saying, well, God put me in this process and God put him in my life and made him my husband. This ain't the Lord. You got to know the Lord from the devil, sweetie. Why would God do this to you? Are you beefing with the Lord? This is ridiculous. He had sex with you twice, then told you the next day after you couldn't find him. Let's talk about that. Can we talk about that? How he slept with his wife, then he disappeared and she couldn't find him. When she found him, he was saying that he was having an anxiety attack. He's a liar. What's the name of the anxiety attack? What's her name? Let's call it the anxiety attack, because that's what he was doing. He was talking to another woman. That's why you couldn't find him, and that's why he was not answering his phone. He is a liar, and he is a manipulator. You're not even cute, bro. How the hell are you walking around with cute man privilege? I'm shocked, and he gives me scammer. When he was talking to her about all his businesses, I was just like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. He gives me scammer. Maybe it's the curly box from 1983. Maybe it's that. Because it's like a Jerry curl box. Maybe it's that. Maybe that's why I can't trust him, because of that haircut with the deep part all the way to the back of the head. What season of life are you in? Paige, please don't cry over him, mama. Please do not cry over this man. I can't believe that he looked her in her eye and said, to be quite honest with you, I'm just not attracted to you. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you with this caveman forehead telling Paige, this goddess, that you're not attracted to her? You know, listen, I'm going to be real with y'all, right? The first episode where he was talking about, I'm normally not interested in women like Paige. I normally don't date women like Paige. I normally don't go for girls like Paige. I'm telling you what he was saying. He normally doesn't date dark women like Paige. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Let's tell the truth. He gives me that. He gives me shallow colorist. He gives me that because he never mentioned her being beautiful. He never mentioned her being beautiful. He still married her. The only thing he said about her that he liked was her behind. Sick. You're a sick man. You were never attracted to her. You did not want to be with her. You were already in a complicated situation before you got here, and you still said those vows, walked down the aisle with that woman, and slept with her twice. You are sick. You are a sick man. And your parents keep on trying to cover up for your mess because, Paige, listen, I ain't really agree with this part. But, you know, she was hurt. So, you know, you're going to do what you're going to do. She goes to meet with his parents and he goes to meet with her parents. And she tells his parents that he had sex with me and then told me that he didn't like me. And they were shocked. I guess because, you know, they don't talk about their son's sex life and they were also on camera. I think they did the best damage control that they could, but it was still really ugly that was their response. Like the mom was just like, what, was he drinking? Because, you know, he could have been intoxicated. That's why he had sex with you again. You told this woman that your son, who has sex with her twice, and told her that she was basically ugly. Okay, not attractive. What is that, right? You told her that maybe he was drunk. That's why he slept with her. You didn't make it better. You didn't make it better. The father tried to clean it up, but the damage had already been done. And I can honestly see how those people created him. There's no accountability. I feel like all that stuff that the dad was saying, oh, I raised him to be a better man. And then talking to Chris is saying, well, you can't do that to her. You can't sleep with her if you don't like her. For me, that's all pomp and circumstance. That's not the real relationship, because if you're the kind of father like that, how did Chris become this person? You're doing that for the cameras. That's not really how you raise that man, that boy. That's not really how you haven't finished raising that child. You raised him to be who he is right now. Because all this stuff that you're saying, no, my son, I raised him to do this. I'm disappointed that he's not. No. Y'all know who he is. Y'all created him and you raised him. Y'all know exactly who he is. Trifling. That's why y'all want somebody sane with a good job and some sense like Paige to marry your son and make him do right, because you know what you raised. She deserves better. Now Chris's family is disappointed, right? And they go to talk to him about what Paige said. He's shocked and a little caught off guard. I'll give him that, right? And he's just like, well, I kept on having sex with her because I wanted to build that attraction. You're a bum. You're a bum. You're a terrible guy. You're a terrible guy. You entered this woman sexually because you wanted to find an attraction. How did a little thing get hard and you're not attracted to her? You just get aroused by an unattractive woman? Really? You know she's too good for you. You know you can't stand next to her. So you're going to try to take her down by her looks because you can't compete with Paige. That's what it is. She is so far above you, it makes you sick. So you sit there and you make her feel small because that's the only way that you think that you can lord over her. Because that's what you got on her. You don't got her in job, you don't got her in education, you don't got her in money, you don't got her in status, and you don't got her in accomplishments in life. But you know that she longs for you. You know that she longs to be in a relationship and in a marriage with a black man. So what you're going to do, you're going to sit there on camera and tell her she's not attractive because that's the only way that you feel like you can break her down. You're a sick dude. you're a sick dude and she deserves so much better. And I hate this show for what they are putting her through. This is so triggering and traumatizing, and I feel so bad for her. I want her to win so bigly after this. I really, really do. This is so sad. So sad. So now that I'm semi-done dragging Chris, I want to say this to you, Paige. I felt like you saw some red flags. I felt like your family saw some red flags from Chris and informed you of those things. I need Juices to not bypass those huge red flags and still sleep with this man. Because that's why I was a little disappointed in you, because y'all weren't even really connecting like that for you to have sex with him. And I feel like it's this God thing that you and Chris keep on throwing out there that's confusing the situation, where he's just like, well, I know that God wants me to be here for some reason. He wants me to be with Paige for some reason. And Paige is just like, I know that God put me in this situation and on this. This ain't God. I'm telling you, y'all put God in so many situations that he ain't never even created. God is sitting down looking at this show like, oh, this is not me. I would never. Why would I do that to my child? You got to love yourself better. You have to love yourself better. You don't ever deserve a man like this. Ever. Seriously. Are you and God beefing? What happened, sis? What happened? He'll forgive it. But you got to tell the truth and what? Shame the devil. Shame the devil. After Chris meets with his family, he wants to talk to Paige because he's embarrassed or whatever. You know what? Before I go on, let me just say this. Paige is the epitome of a black woman, baby. She started off this episode with this silky, 24-inch wig all the way down to her behind. And she ended the episode with faux locks. Come on, sister. Come on, sister. I say yes, black woman. And didn't miss a beat. Didn't acknowledge the hair or anything. She came back to the hotel room with Chris and she was just like, oh, what do you want to say? Like, what's going on? And he was just like, you told my parents that we have sex. Like, I don't talk about my sex life with my parents. And then this grown man starts crying. And now she's comforting him. He's a manipulator. He is a manipulator. Why would y'all do this to her? This is so upsetting. He's such a terrible guy, and this show knew it. But again, it's entertainment, right? So out of all the women, they chose Paige. Listen, I don't think any woman needs to go through this on TV, but it's very telling that they chose Paige to go through this journey with Chris. Why would y'all recommend this horrible? You know what? This show got me heated. This show got me heated. Love is Blind didn't even do this to me. But Paige and Chris, my God, today. My God, today. She deserves so much better. I'm from Chicago. Like, I don't know if you understand Chicago culture, but we don't do that. What are you talking about? Chicago culture? How old are you, dude? I can't with this Clubhouse scammer. He gives me Clubhouse scammer. And with all that fake crying, dude, get out of here. The only reason why you're crying is because you're embarrassed. You didn't expect for Paige to say anything. You thought that you were just going to mistreat her and she was not going to say anything to your parents because you thought that she would be too embarrassed to say it. But Paige was like, oh no, I'm putting it all out there. Yeah, he had sex with me twice and then told me that he wasn't attracted to me right after. To his mama, letting her know, and his daddy, you raised a horrible son. Let me tell you what he did to me and let me put it on camera so you'll always have something to remember this moment by. It'll always reflect the mess that you created and raised and then threw on me to save him. Because that's what it is. His dad is like, well, I think you're a great wife for him. I want this to work because y'all know who Paige is. You met her family. You met her. Y'all done sat and talked to this girl. Y'all know that she's a great catch. And y'all know y'all son has been bringing home some mess. He ain't never brought home a Paige. So y'all want this to work. Y'all want her to save him and make him something. Y'all want her to finish raising him. Absolutely not. I don't want that for Paige. I don't want that for, or any woman. Y'all gonna make me watch this next episode. That's it for me. Let me get out of here and watch this next episode, and I'll see y'all soon for something else. And if you like what you see here, please, I'm still mad about that man. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you for the next episode of Married at First Sight. Oh God, Paige, you need to start boiling some hot grits, baby. A hot grits will make a black man act right. Ask Al Green. Anyway, let me get out of here. Love y'all. Bye.